Today's topic, 5 things everybody secretly hates. I am your host. So, if you have an itchy trigger finger for the dislike button, anyway, let's get into it, shall we? 5 things everybody secretly dislikes, okay? Number 1, heroes. Yes, heroes. Have you ever noticed how, some of the most loved and popular public figures and fictional characters are actually villains, okay? Like the Joker, for instance, Loki from the Marvel movies, for instance, and political figures I will not name by name, because you might also notice that the most loved heroes are usually the most flawed people, okay? Usually people with a dark past or people with serious vices are the heroes that we love the most. And the heroes that are spotless and seemingly perfect we find to be somewhat repulsive. So what does this say? People secretly hate the appearance of perfection in other people and moral superiority in particular, okay? Number 2, honesty. Yes, honesty. People secretly hate honesty. Okay? Frankly put, if people loved honesty, lying would never have been invented. Okay, maybe that's a stretch, but 100% of people lie at some point or in some way during their lives. Why would 100% of the world population feel the need or desire to lie if people loved honesty? Think about it. In reality, people don't love honesty or lies, okay? This is the truth. People do not love honesty or lies. What people love is insight, entertainment, and utility. Whatever form of communication allows for this will be acceptable to most people, regardless of whether that information is truthful or fiction, depending on the situation. Number 3, commitment. Yes. I'm going there. Commitment. Commitment to jobs, commitment to rules, commitment to romantic partners, obligations, commitment to organizations, etc. Everybody hates it. Everybody hates it. People don't commit to anything for the love of commitment. People commit to things out of the fear of losing something more important. Okay? Because we all know everybody would rather have their cake and eat it too. And if given the opportunity to have your cake and eat it too, you will take the opportunity. Okay? But since this is not possible in most cases, a good trade-off is simply commitment. And that's as far as I'm going with that. Let your imagination fill in the rest. Number 4, the beach. Yes, the beach. People secretly hate the beach. Okay? There is almost nothing more overrated than going to the beach or living at the beach or having a beach house. Beaches have become the symbol of what people think of as paradise in quotation marks. However, this is just the result of marketing for the purpose of profits. Make something hip and then profit off of all the sheep that chase after the associated status. Okay? People go to the beach and live near the beach just to say they do. But people don't really love the beach. They don't love the beach any more than they love the mountains or urban cities or forests or rural areas. Okay. The truth about the beach is that it is boring as This is why most beach towns need to be extensively developed with boardwalks, restaurants, bike trails, bars, nightlife, and other entertainment venues. Okay? In other words, most of the stuff you find in a typical city or suburb. If the beach was so great, why would you need all of this additional entertainment? The beach alone should be enough, but we all know it isn't. All this development exists because the beach isn't enough. The beach gets boring after 15 minutes. Okay? Yes, I went there. And finally, number 5. I know the dislikes are coming here. If you have an itchy trigger finger for the dislike button, now is your time. Now is your time to hit that dislike button. Number 5. The number 5 thing that everybody secretly hates is brace yourself. Sit down. It's a doozy. The number 5 thing everybody secretly hates is the opposite sex. Yes, that's right. The opposite sex.
So let's go over the 5 reasons why men are awful.
Feminism has made women more like a man.
A lot of men, but let me just say this, it's not the norm for a man to open car doors. They don't bring you flowers on your first date.
Women provide nothing, well, they provide nothing to the table, only what's between their legs. All right? Yes,
But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It might be men.
Like, there is no reason to hit a woman. There is no reason to hit a woman. And I was just like, really? I could give you like 17 right off the top of my head.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
How does it feel to be an ugly
How women should only breed with tall men so that there wouldn't be short men in the world anymore. They would be extinct.
Yeah, hey man, I argue that men shouldn't breed with fat women. But if I said that, I'd get canceled.
Those dating apps, I haven't been on any dates lately. I've been voluntarily celibate. I'm just enjoying my own company. Because every time I meet somebody, they just disappoint me.
Online dating, you're dealing with princesses. All of them are princesses and unicorns, right? All of them are bottom of the barrel. Why are they on online dating sites if they're princesses and unicorns? They should be in a relationship.
For me, then we finally end the date. It was like fine. There was definitely like no romantic chemistry.
There's no other way to say this. Lots of women feel genuinely entitled to lie to their boyfriends.
Men are terrified of marriage, or that like their wife is a ball and chain, or like they're being dragged towards the aisle. Like, why do that? Like, why create this divide where it's like the women are super excited to get married, but then the men are terrified?
Because their boyfriends get upset when they hear the truth.
I just assume, right? You just kind of assume that someone's looking for something a little bit more serious. But no, we get into this generation now where we can have casual relationships and actually not be committed.
If you sign the marriage contract, your wallet and your nutsack shall not be intact.
It might be men. Now, I've often talked about the pussification of America and how men are no longer men.
Where's Kate?
Hi, my name is Haley. I'm a blonde. I have no tits. I make boys fall in love with me. They always throwing fits. I like being single. No, I've never been cuffed. These boys want our relationship, but I'm just trying to.
A man is a luxury, like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not necessity. Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Why are they on online dating? Because nobody wants them. When nobody wants them, the delusion sets in. So they post all sorts of pictures with cats and blanket statements.
Break from dating. Things have been very simple for me lately. No drama, no hurt feelings, no expectations not being met. I go to bed, no one's cheating on me. It's really nice.
There may be some women out there who say that I'm being biased, that I'm being overly logical and rigid in my male way of seeing things, that women have a different set of values. And who am I to say that the men's way is better than the female way? Who's to say which is better? Me. I'm saying which is better.
They don't check in and make sure you're home. You know, some men don't even wait until you get into the door before they drive off. What? Like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, who is raising these boys? I
want to talk to you guys about why women are angry that more and more men are starting to avoid marriage. Jeez, I wonder why men are avoiding marriage. I just don't know why.
After I explained to him what I meant by it, he was like, well, I don't really mind if you have a career, like that's fine, but I would prefer if you were a stay-at-home mom because my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and if you did work, I would prefer if you worked for my company and you helped me build my business. but at the same time, I'm like, ugh.
I mean, this might not be a male-female thing. Like I said, there are some women out there who see things the male perspective, but if it truly is split along gendered lines, then the male way of doing things is right. I don't see any moral equivalent.
It is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. Quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country in the age range of about 20 to I think about 55, maybe even 60. A lot of men are trash. A lot of men don't know how to treat women. A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention.
There's no reason to hit a woman. You can wake me from a drunken stupor, I can still give you like 9.
And if I want company, well, there's my left hand. Just rub the magic conch and then the feels go away.
Now, there's a good reason why the question of can men and women be just friends is even a question at all. Both genders are human beings. We have no problems being best friends with flippin' dogs, and they're a whole different species. Think about it. Dogs. Man's best friend is an entirely different species, yet the opposite sex, we have to question if we can even be friends. If we could even be friends without some kind of ulterior motive behind it. So think about this for a second. When you look at the countless books that have come out over the years, YouTube channels, etc., teaching members of the opposite gender how to exploit and manipulate the opposite gender, the rules for women, various pickup artist books for men, the so-called red pill, okay, various manipulation tactics. It's time to get real about what is really going on here. Now, please like, comment, subscribe, post your insults, post your arguments in the comments below. Subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. And of course, watch my other videos. I have plenty of other videos. Watch them. Until next time, cheers.